Okay, we are live. Just a second. Give me a second, guys. I hope everything is fine. And so today, our live session is about a different topic, but I've taken into the considerance another video from TED, which is about power words. Okay, obviously, all those words are from direct cash giving talk. Like it's one of the way, like how we can remove poverty, and we can talk about different words that were there in the talk. As you can see that, what's the best way to like lift the poverty, lift the people out of the poverty. Like if people are suffering from poverty, that what are the different ways and what are the different words that we can learn from the word, like from the video itself. So it was without a person, it was faceless video, but somehow the video was quite explainable, and it was quite interesting as well. Like one of the way how we can actually remove poverty. It was mentioned in that. But what are the different words that were important to be discussed? I brought those words, and I hope that those are going to help you out one way or the other way. Let us begin with the first word. Let me bring out my YouTube channel so that I can actually write down all those words that are important. Just give me a second. I hope everyone is fine over there, and within some time, we're going to meet some people. Yeah. Mhm. The first word in the discussion today is poverty itself. We're going to talk about the poverty and what exactly the poverty is. I'll write the word over there. We all know that what is poverty, and we know that how the country suffer from the this kind of menace, I can say. So the state of being extremely poor or having no money, having like it can be related to something else as well. It is not only financial poverty, it can be like I like poverty of ideas, poverty of everything. But here we are talking about the poverty which is because of being poor when you are financially poor. So the example in the video was like most families in Henio village had lived in extreme poverty for generations. That means to say that like many people or many families in Ahenio village, one of the village, had lived in like extreme poverty. That means poverty was of huge amount, or I would say that many or most of the people were suffering from poverty for generations. For generation, that means from time. Like people were suffering from the poverty, and what are the different synonyms that we can actually bring out from the word poverty? Poverty obviously is being poor. So, what are the different meanings we can actually contextually make out of the word poverty? When we are suffering from poverty, when we are having no money or we are poor in something, that means we are going through a hardship. So hardship is also one of the synonym that you can consider to be used in place of poverty. Okay, if somebody is suffering from poverty, somebody is going through the hardship. So hardship is one of the synonym that you can use. Or one person is deprived from the money because of the money, like deprived of the money. Sorry, deprived of the money. If somebody is deprived of the money and has something in scarcity, or having less amount of money, or I would say that no amount of money, then person is poor. So deprivation is also one of the synonym that you can use in place of poverty. He's going through the period of deprivation, he's going through the period of being poor, you can use in that sense. Then another synonym that you can use in place of that is scarcity. Scarcity means if something is scarce, means it is less in amount. If something is scarce, means somebody has that thing in lesser quantity. So scarcity is also like scarcity of resources, scarcity of financial resources, scarcity of other resources, whatsoever resources, or daily life, whatever resources we need. If those are scarce, that means we are having scarcity of, or we are going through the poverty period. So scarcity is also one of the word that you can use, or you can replace it with poverty. And then another word is destitution. Destitution means um, like if we are using it, if we are replacing it with the poverty, that means somebody is having nothing in with him, nothing with him. So destitution, like all of them would be used in the sense of the noun, but they can be used in different situations, not only in the case we are talking about the poverty. Destitution can be like when somebody is also hopeless, or somebody is having nothing with him, and becomes like that and has nothing, as even no clothing, no food, nothing like that. So that is also one of the synonym that you can replace with poverty. Another word that you can replace it with is penury. Penury is penury. Penury. Penury is also one of the synonym you can use. Insolvency or bankruptcy is also one of the way that somebody has gone poor, or somebody has gone out of budget or something like that. Insolvency is nothing with him. So mm when the accounts are nil and everything is nil, so even that scenario, in that scenario, somebody is poor. So that is also one of the synonym. And obviously when somebody is poor, somebody doesn't have the money, somebody doesn't have the resources, obviously the greed will increase, or want is going to be increased. So want is also one of the synonym that you can use in place of poverty. But the context cannot be the same. I believe that poverty has its own value as a word. It has its own value. When we say poverty, we most of the time talk about the census. We most of the time talk about the people, and how the country is suffering from some situation or some problem. So there we use the word like poverty. And there is another word called neediness. Neediness means somebody is in the need of something. If somebody is in the need of something, then definitely somebody wants something. As somebody wants something, obviously somebody is poor. That is why he wants something. Then there is another word like impecuniousness is also one of the synonym. Impecunious, if somebody is pecunious, then obviously somebody has a lot of stuff. But impecunious would be pecuniousness. Impecuniousness would be used in place of the poverty. So im makes it different, like somebody having lesser number of resources, so there you can use it. Then we have another word called misery. Misery is one of the word like you can use. If somebody is a miser, miser can be used for someone who is less interested in spending the money, and nobody is interested to spend the money in that scenario. Then you can use the word poverty, or the misery of that person. That means somebody is very much lessly interested in spending the money, or somebody is not at all interested in spending the money. In that scenario, somebody is a miser. Miser, like in Hindi we call it kanjoos also, like somebody who is not spending that money. So spendthrift is the opposite word for the miser, but somehow misery is a bad condition of someone, or if someone is actually trying to go through bad period of his life, there we can say that misery can be. So misery means poverty of someone. These are the synonyms for the word poverty. And then what would be the antonyms for the word poverty? Obviously, if somebody is having a lot of wealth, somebody is rich in wealth, and somebody is affluent. Affluent means somebody's well known, and as well as well known just because of his wealth. Then affluent can be used in place of the word poverty. No, sorry, opposite to the poverty. And then we have other words like if somebody is having a everything good around him, if somebody is having everything going um, on a high note around him, then somebody's in prosperity. So prosperity means when you don't have the lack of anything. So when you have goodness around you, when you have everything in plenty. So when you have everything in plenty, then definitely you are not deprived of it. You are not deprived of it. That means you're not going through the period of destitution. So if you're not going through the period of destitution, then definitely you are in affluent state, or you are having everything in abundance, or you are very much rich. So richness is there in you, and then your fortune has increased. You have luxury of everything. So all of these things can be used in the opposite as the opposite word. So first word is poverty. I'll give you the synonyms now for the same. Okay, and how it is used in the statement, how it's used in the video, and in the explanation. Hi, caramel octopus. How are you? Write the words over there. I should actually remove the example or meaning. Poverty, everybody knows that what poverty is. State of being poor is poverty. And what are the example? Like what is an example in the given video? It was like most families, Ahino village had lived in extreme poverty for generations. So that means many generations have suffered from poverty. I have actually spoken it, so I'll delete that one, and I'll be providing you the synonyms only. Okay. So these are the synonyms. I hope you have gotten it. So hardship, deprivation, scarcity of anything, destitution, penury, or insolvency, or whatsoever words are there down there, you can use them in place of the poverty. But depends upon in which situation are you using, because the context can be different sometimes. If the context is different, then definitely we have to use it accordingly. Use it accordingly, whatsoever is the context. Just give me a second. Okay. Now the next word is next word is intervention. In the video, when I heard the video, like I'm telling you, when it comes to financial terms or financial words, it becomes difficult sometimes to understand. But if we are going to go into the video after these words are explained here, then definitely when you are going to watch the video, it will be easy for you to actually understand the stuff over there on TED Talk. So that's why actually I brought this one. So intervention. Intervention is the noun form. Intervention, obviously, some words when they are ending with tion, like mostly they are trying to create what they will create a process that try to create a phenomena. If it is a phenomena, if it is a name of a phenomena or a process, a kind of I would say that a sequence of something, then it would be a name, definitely. So if it is a name, then definitely its form would be a noun. So intervention, we know that intervene, from intervene it became intervention, act of becoming involved in to change a situation. That means when you intervene between two people, that means when you're intervening between two people, when you're coming in between, that means that is. But intervention as a process would be, you came forward and you took the step and you're trying to bring some change. So when you're trying to change a situation and you became quite involved in that, there we say intervention can be used in that scenario. So I think the meaning is clear. The act of being involved in something to bring a change. So the intervention of the principal, between the scuffle, uh, like sorry, intervention of principal in the scuffle of the students actually sorted out all the issues. So their intervention, you can understand, act of being involved in something, act of being involved into solving out a problem, or finding a solution, or bringing out a change in a situation. There you can use that word. And what are the what was the statement that was used in the video, in the TED talk? What was that statement? This could easily be latest in a long line of failed philanthropic intervention. This could easily be latest in a long line of failed in philanthropic. Philanthropic, we know that what is philanthropic. Philanthropic is related to like lover of mankind. Philanthropic, somebody who is philanthropic is philanthropist, is the lover of mankind, or who does something good for the society, who would actually stand for the society. That person would be philanthropic. So philanthropic intervention is, if something is if somebody is trying to get involved in a situation where something can be solved, and somebody is coming without any kind of personal benefit. So in that scenario, the person is trying to get engaged into your issues, or coming in between. So then definitely you can use it for the good cause, as far as for the bad cause as well. At the same time, you can use it in any way, but depends upon it depends upon the situation as well, I must tell you. So what are the different synonyms, which are possible synonyms, which you can actually see? So if you want to watch the video, I would be definitely actually putting the link into the session, into my description, and you would be able to see the video later on. Okay, so if somebody's involved in something, and somebody's showing the involvement in something, then the person is actually trying to intervene in that scenario as well. Involvement of someone or interference of someone. Interference is in a negative sense. Interference would be used like when we say that you don't interfere into my affairs. So don't interfere. That means you don't come in between my affairs. So interfere is negative, in the negative term. But involvement can also be like, depends upon which statement. I think in that mischievous act, these three persons are involved. So involvement also can be used in place of intervention or intervening phenomena. So then there is a mediation. Mediation means like somebody comes in between and sort out the issue, and between the two parties, usually between the two parties. So that can be used. And then we have, like, for example, mediation or intrusion. Intrusion is also one of the beautiful word which you can use, or you can replace with the word intervention. Intrusion is actually forcibly when somebody is trying to intrude into your territory, or that is the act of intrusion. If somebody is trying to come into your castle, or you have, certain boundary, and somebody is trying to get into that one, so somebody is trying to intrude. So that is an act of intrusion. Okay. Then engagement is also one of the words that you can replace it with. Engagement would be like, the basic morpheme that is there is that is engage. Mm, like from one word we can bring number of words, but actually they won't be the same. If we say gaze, gaze means when you look at something, so that is gazing. Gazing. Or one other gaze word is like when we are measuring, but that spelling would be different. But when we say engage, engage means when somebody is involved in something. Engagement, when we say engagement, the phenomena of being involved. Hello. Hello, OJ. Hello. So intrusion, engagement, participation. Participation means obviously if two parties are participating into something, or one person is also extra person is adding into that one. That means the person is trying to intervene and the person is trying to participate into that. So would you like to participate in something? Oh, that participation is made from participate. Participate, children should participate in the games or the sports activities. Children should participate in the sports activities. Children should participate in the all those science related experiments. They should participate into that one. There should be participation from the students end when the teacher is trying to teach in the class. So participation. So intervention is somehow in the other sense when somebody is trying to intervene or somebody is trying to come and get involved in to solve out an issue or solve out a problem. In that scenario, we can use the participation. And then intercession. Intercession, that means coming in between. So interference is a negative term. So interference of any kind is not accepted in the matters of the university. So interference, outside interference is not accepted or not allowed in case of the sports activities which are involved in the which are going to occur in the university campus. So that is also one of the synonym, and there would be another synonyms also, but somehow these are few of them that I have provided you, and I hope that these are going to help you out in some way or the other way. And I would be talking about the antonyms now. What are the different antonyms you can use, you can replace it with, or you can get them used. Just a second. Yeah. So if somebody's intervening and somebody's trying to get involved, on the other hand, person can ignore. If somebody's ignoring, that means somebody's neglecting, somebody's avoiding, somebody's avoidance would be the opposite word for intervention, and neglect can also be the opposite word for the intervention. Or if mm, you have taken a step back, or you have stepped back from where you are, or like off from your involvement into something, then you're with you have done the withdrawal. That means you have taken one step back instead of getting involved into that one. So that is also one of the opposite word for the word intervention. Or the word kind of inaction. If somebody's not performing any action, and somebody, like for example, at one moment somebody's doing the action, or the other moment somebody's not getting involved, in that scenario, um inaction would be the opposite word for the action. Action is, that means somebody's trying to execute something, and somebody's trying to perform something, somebody's trying to actually do any activity to let you you know like to solve the problem. But inaction is like not doing anything, just sitting idle and not performing any act or duty properly. So that is inaction. Inaction from the police department has caused a lot of trouble to many people, many denizens. Then there is ignorance. Ignorance is also one of the word that you can use. But ignore, we have already used. Neglect, avoid, ignore, inaction, indifference, absentation, or absentism. Sorry, absentism, or omission of something. You are being absent from some place. There you can use that. Exclusion, like you are being excluded from a group. So exclusion can also be used. Or detachment. Detachment is that means you are getting splitted, or you are getting divided into parts. So that's detachment. So when did you redeem it? What is that? Hmm. Now, then thereafter, like what are the different synonyms? I'll be providing it to you. These are some of the synonyms that you can use. There you go. I deleted. What's the problem? I'll delete yours as well. Don't worry. It's redeeming and all that. Go away, man. Okay, these are some of the synonyms that you can use or you can replace the words with. And what are those words? Involvement, interference, mediation, or many other words that are written over there. Participation. And like basically, these are some words which you can replace with intervention. If somebody is intervening in something, that means they are coming in between and they're trying to sort out the issue. Yeah. Then thereafter, there is another word called philanthropy. I think we have discussed that one, but still I'll put some limelight on that same again. I'll just write it over there first of all. I'll just Yeah, philanthropy. So philanthropy is related to actually being the lover of mankind, or the desire to help others. When you're trying to help others and when you're trying to be helping hand for some people, then that means you're donating money, you're donating resources. Bill Gates, he does that. Many people, Salman Khan, Diljit Dosanjh, many other celebrities in India, they do a lot of stuff like that. So it should be done, it should be performed. So desire to help others or usually to donate money, it means that philanthropy. So when it comes to philanthropy, how it was used in the video, the charitable organization began ramping up their philanthropic efforts. Ramping up, charitable organization began ramping up their philanthropic efforts. So that means they started doing something related to the generosity, being generous to the public or trying to do something. Charitable organization, usually they do it. So they were coming forward, they were intervening and solving out the issue of the poverty, and they started actually gathering out some money or collecting some money for for the help to all those people who are in the need, who were actually suffering from poverty. So in case you have a desire to help the people, then definitely you are having the philanthropic attitude. So people like these people who are actually philanthropic, they are blessed people actually. Yeah. So if somebody is doing the charity, somebody shows like I would actually provide some money to the people, then you're doing the generosity, you're trying to help out people. So that means benevolence, you're being friendly, like brotherly feelings or humanitarian grounds. So you are trying to help humanitarianism. Humanitarianism is also one of the word that you can use in case philanthropy. If somebody is a philanthropic person, then person is humanitarian. So then like you're showing trying to show the kindness to the persons, you're trying to show the donation, you're trying to give the donation to the people, you're trying to show your compassion to the people, altruistic kind of person you are, Altruistic is like when you're trying to help out people, that can be used. A benefaction, or many other words are there, but few of them like I've already spoken about. So generosity, he has been quite generous to all the people around him. He has been quite generous to all the people around him. See, these are some of the words that you can use for telling or for talking about the philanthropy. So, what are those? When you're doing the charity, from charity, you can make many words. Charitable, charitable organization, or generosity. From generosity, generosity is a kind of noun, but generous, being generous, is a kind of adjective that we are using in the statement. So we can talk, we can use it for the persons qualities. If somebody's having a quality of being generous and trying to help out people, in that scenario this word can be used. Benevolent person, he's a benevolent person, he's always friendly with others, and he's trying to stand for the people and stand for his brothers and sisters and all that. So if somebody is trying to help out people, in that scenario also this word can be used. Yeah, there are many other words that actually can be used, but the today, like, I'm not gonna be live for the long hour, so definitely I'll be coming up in the morning time. I'll be just live, and you can see that a little bit of tiredness here as well. So development, it is not development or something, it is development. So development is also a noun. Development is also a noun. But before talking about the development, I would like to talk about philanthropy. Philanthropy's opposite words. What are the different opposite words? Greed. Yeah, like if somebody's very greedy, is somebody's not that generous, not kind. Somebody's very greedy or selfish person. If somebody's showing the selfishness, meanness, or cruelty, or indifference, or being indifferent means that you don't care. So hostile, you're quite hostile person, or you're exploiting the people or something like that. That is also there. You can use that one. And apathy, that means there is no feelings in you. Also, apathy would be the word for that. And miserliness, that means we are very, you are trying to just save your money, but you are not trying to actually provide help to the people financially or in any sense. You're not trying to help out people in any sense. So there you can use these words. These are the opposite words for the philanthropy. Okay. And then there is development. Development is all about like growth. We know that if like if you're talking about the body's development, if you're talking about your life's development, we can talk about lots of stuff. Like, but development, I as I remember, like development is all about the like growth, growth and improvement in your life of any kind through efforts and through progress, that is known as development. And what are the different words? But before moving to the words, I would say that what was the example that was being used in that? The organizations funded education. The organizations funded education, job training, and agricultural development. So when that happened, then organization funded education. They funded education. They provided funds for the education organization, and job training as well. They provided to the teachers and others, and then agricultural development. So there would be like they funded other portion, that is agriculture development. For the agriculture development also they provided some funds. Then thereafter, there what are the different synonyms that can be used? I mentioned in the beginning itself, like when we're trying to explain about the meaning of development, then we say there is a word called progress. Progress means you are moving up in your life, or anybody like, or anything in the world is actually going up or growing up, or having this growth period, and seeing the growth period in life. That is progress. And then another word is advancement. Advancement, we are advancing towards some goal or destination. So he's advancing in his life towards by slow and slowly and steadily he's moving towards his goal and advancing towards his goal. We can say growth means like there is a lot of growth, like when it comes to working in certain company. Another thing is like these words, whichever I'm talking about, these words can actually come in your reading module. Like if they come in your reading module and you know about different other synonyms for that, then definitely you are not going to do any mistake in finding out the answer in your reading portion, particularly reading module. So these words are very much necessary to be known. So advancement, growth, evolution, we know that we evolve. When we evolve, that means there is a growth, there is some kind of development. So improvement, expansion. So if you are going from some position to the better position, that means that is for your betterment. So that is also improvement of any kind. If something is enhancing, if something is increasing or rising or getting increase, that is also one of the synonym that you can use it with. And then the antonyms. So particularly antonyms would be opposite to that, like would be decline, regression, deterioration. We have talked about all of them. Downfall, we have already talked about in the previous sessions. If something is collapsing, instead of actually getting generated. If there is stagnation, there is no movement. If something is stopping and halting at a process, and there is a reduction in something, there is a weakening or failure of something, then definitely these all are the antonyms for the word development. So may I write that first word? Like just a second. So this is the word development, and I have talked already a lot about it. I'm sorry that I could not actually mention that when I'm going to talk about it. But somehow I have actually given you the meaning. Like if something is growing, something is improving. That's the way to go for it. And what are the different synonyms that I'm going to provide it to you? And antonyms, I have already spoken about them. Then here you go. Then we these are some of the synonyms for that. I hope you guys are actually going to learn from all these words, and a few of them are still left, but actually I would be doing half of the session maybe tomorrow, or maybe we'll bring some other topic because I believe uh, I can provide or make some videos from the given amount of words whatsoever are there. So thank you very much for joining in for the live session. And I'm going to decrease the amount of the time that I'm going to come live for. I'll be just putting in the use of 40 minutes or 45 minutes, depending upon how much time I do have for myself. How can I actually come live and try to help out people? Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you again.